So welcome to my first Let's Play series of Football Manager 2024. If you are new here, my name is Paul, also known as the Northman, and thank you for joining me on my channel. Now last year we did a Build a Nation in the Faroe Islands where we ended up winning the Champions League, the Europa League with AB, and yeah, this year I'm wanting to do a really good long-term save again. Now, before we get into the long-term save, we are going to do this journey with Basel. A chance to get to know Football Manager, chance for you guys to get to know me if you're new to the channel, and a chance for us to have some fun. So if you are new here, make sure you do go down and subscribe so you do not miss the content going forward. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you. Thank you for coming back, and thank you for supporting me continued throughout everything, and thank you to Alex who did use the link below and bought me a coffee as a thank you for the content in FM23. Very much appreciated, very much appreciated. Keeps the wife thinking that I'm actually doing a job and not just playing Football Manager. What she doesn't know doesn't hurt her, eh? Now let's get into it and have a look to see exactly who Basel are, how they've been doing, etc. Now they did feature in my 5 fun saves to do for FM24 beta, although FM have announced to call it early access, even though in this bottom corner it does say this is a beta version. I think you've got to question the logic of that. Okay, so we've been hired as the new manager of Basel. So let's move on, shall we? Basel's performances last season saw them qualify for the Europa Conference League, so we are playing European football in Season 1. They finished 5th last season. We will enter in the second qualifying round of the Europa Conference League. Hope we get a good draw. And we end in the first round of the Swiss Cup. We have a 3.5-star reputation. Media is predicting us to come in 3rd place. Now let's move forward. This is their best team, but we'll look into that going forward. So the board culture. Sign players under the age of 23 for the first team. Sign players under the age of 20 for the future. I mean, we've got a good I like that. I like that. Play attacking football. Can't promise that. Play entertaining football. I mean, we can give it a go. Develop players using the club's youth system. Now, we did see in my video of 5 fun teams for FM24 beta, they have some talent, shall we say. Sign young players to develop for profit. Increase commercial revenue. I mean, that should be the job of them upstairs, really, not me. Work within the wage budget. And this season, we are expected to reach the knockout stages of the Conference League, qualify for the Europa League from the league, and reach the latter stages of the Swiss Cup. So before anything, qualify for the Europa League. Let's just double check that. So Super League. Now, Conference League is 4th. So 3rd place is the Europa League. So we need to come in the top 3. Top 2 teams get Champions League, by the way, which is very impressive. So 3rd place is Europa League. So we need to come 3rd, minimum. Now, in my opinion, Basel are a very good side. Now, in terms of trying to help us come in 3rd place, we have 3.6 million in the bank to start with. We have 2.4 million to spend, with about 15k in wage budget as well, which is nice. It does help us a little bit. Maybe we can make some adjustments in time and drop down the transfer budget, give us some more wage budget if we can find some free transfers, etc. In terms of debt, we have a state loan, 9.25 left. We're paying about $1 million a year on that, 90k a month. So it's not a killer. It's not a killer. I think we can definitely work around that. So in terms of the club, we play in a 36,000 capacity stadium, so we do have a chance to bring in a lot of gate receipt money, which is nice. We have a lot of affiliates, so let's just scroll down and see if any of these are bigger clubs than us in terms of are we going to be getting players from them. I'm looking down. There is a lot of affiliate clubs here, by the way. Oh my days, I hope we don't have to keep control of all of these. Dear me, but no, it looks like all of them are clubs who are weaker than us. So they are clubs who maybe we will look to pick up signings from. we will look at seeing if they develop a wonder kid who we can then bring to Basel. Now, in terms of bringing wonder kids in, we do have a few youth teams. We have under 21s, who play in, let's have a look, they play in no division at all. We have the under-19s. They play in the under-19 Elite League. Then we have the under-18s who play in no division either. Surely they're going to get some fixtures, right? We've got 3 youth teams. Only one of them plays in a league. I just feel like we're spending money where we don't need to. Maybe cancel the under-18s and the under-19s can be our smallest. I mean, I don't want to pretend like I know it all on day one, but, you know. Now, one thing we did look at before on the 5 fun teams for beta, plug, is some of the youth team, first team candidates. So, Cobel Sau, who just looks really, really good for a 16-year-old. But it was this guy who got me very excited because, oh my days, 6 foot tall already. 12 for heading, marking, tackling. 8 for passing isn't bad for that age as well, to be fair. But when you look at his no-nonsense centre-back attributes, he's 15 years old. He's played twice for Basel already. Please tell me he's already contracted. He doesn't actually have a contract yet, so we need to secure that. But, wow. Wow, he looks good. So moving on to the staff side of things, we only have 3 of 7 coaches. We do have a set-piece coach, but they say we don't actually need one. I mean, I feel like we should always have one. Maybe not this one, but I feel like we should have one. Tactical knowledge of 4, set-piece knowledge of 11. Yeah, contracted for 2 years as well. That's a bit annoying because he looked bad, shall we say. He looked bad. So we can add a couple of coaches. You can see here we've got no goalkeeper coaching at the minute. So we need to look at coaches. We have 8 scouts at the minute where the maximum we're allowed is 6. I don't feel like they've been in good control here at Basel before we came in. And you move, they've got no coaches, but they've got too many scouts. It's like somebody forgot they existed. They were in a room in the corner, and they've just been left there. Along with physios. Because we have 5 physios, we are allowed 4. Again, I just feel like we're wasting money. I don't want to point fingers, but the previous regime has been wasting money. So looking at our schedule, we do start the league campaign before we enter the Conference League. So we have just over a month before the league campaign starts. We will be back for the live com of the opening day. That's right, I know. FM23, we didn't do many live coms. It's going to be a mix this year. We are going to have some. We can't always have live comms. If my family's in the background, I can't record. But we're going to try to make it work a little bit better this year. I promise you that. So another reason to go down and subscribe. So we've got the tactics, etc. we need to look at in a second. When I've done this episode, I mean in the next episode we'll review that kind of thing. But we're going to look at just a couple of players. In terms of potential, we've got some good players in this team. We've got this 19-year-old Argentine who has a 4-star current, 5-star potential, valued up to 8.6 million. Juan Gato. And I can see why he's valued so highly. He looks very, very talented, aged only 19. He has just joined the club from Hurricane in Argentina, and I am impressed. That's a nice sign to see him straight away. I can see we've also got a striker here, 20 years old Swiss. Hunziker, and again looks very 6'4". Oh my days, are we going to be playing target man with some people coming in from the wing? Oh, that's a potential. We've got another winger here in Anton Cade, who again looks good. He looks more of just an out and out, get down the wing, put the ball in my opinion. He's right footed, but with his finishing, I don't want him cutting inside. Long shots 11 isn't too bad. Dribbling only 10 though, to be fair. Finishing of 9. I was thinking if his crossing was high, I would like him on the right wing just hitting that byline. Maybe he's not as good as I would like. We maybe need to work on his crossing ability. We've got a central midfielder here, only 17 years old, from Georgia, Segura, who again looks really talented, came from Dynamo Tbilisi. I've got to say I'm very, very impressed by this team. And if we put age-wise, look at all of these players under the age of 21. Under the age of 21. We have a couple of players. We have 4 players over the age of 30. But we have potential. We have potential to create, to build, to develop a very, very nice looking team with FC Basel. 100%. Really, really excited to see what we can do here. So looking at our supporters group, then we have 9% hardcore, 29% core, 20% family, 18% fair weather, 3% corporate, and 21% of casual. We have a 4 out of 5 dots for supporters' influence on the board, so we do have to keep the supporters happy. That is something to focus on. 691,000 social media followers, 16,000 seats tickets. That means we have 20,000 available for on-the-day tickets, which when it comes to European games, etc., could be huge if we are including European games in our season ticket price. I'm not sure on that. Rivals are Zurich, Grasshopper and Young Boys. And our supporter culture and expectations. This one we need to focus on as well because they do have a high influence on the board. Develop players using the club's youth system. We can do that. Become the most reputable team in Switzerland. I hope we can do that. Play attacking football. We're going to have to try, aren't we? With our target man. Finish above Zurich in the league. And qualify for the Champions League. Okay, so the board are telling us top 3. The fans are telling us top 2. So I think we need to try to look at this top 2 as what we need to be doing here, because we need to keep these fans happy. In terms of a season preview, Young Boys are odds on at 4-7. Servette are second favourite to 15-2. I mean, they've had a journey, by the way. If you look here, they got relegated all the way down to the 4th tier. 2003-2004. And the reason I knew they went all the way down there is in that year, I actually managed them on Championship Manager. And it was a great journey taking them back up to the top. 100%. I loved that journey with them. Lugano are 3rd favourites. Then us, Basel, Zurich. And then all the way down, Grasshoppers are 2nd from bottom. That's unbelievable. When you think how big they were, now they're just a yo-yo team. You can see here you got relegated, promoted, and they're just bouncing around lower half at the minute. They're just not a top side anymore, which is almost quite sad to see, to be honest with you. I would say one of the sad things to see here is that we have no players. We have this Dubasin, who is a 23-year-old Spanish winger, who looks very, very good. And it does look like we have some good wingers. And we have our target man up front. We've got potential, but only one player in the Media Dream 11. Bit concerning. We really do need to step up and actually try to overtake Young Boys, who I'm getting a bit concerned. Might be a lot better than I was expecting. They might be a lot better than I was expecting. But we'll see what we can do. We've got some money. We've got a lot of players. We can maybe look at moving a couple of them on. I'm not sure. We've got some players with big value. We do have some players transfer listed. You can see transfer listed here. So maybe we can move a few of them on. I'm not sure. Jean-Kevin Augustin. He's the guy from... Yeah, he was the guy who sued Leeds and won for millions and millions of pounds. We paid him $7,000 a week. I just don't feel like he needs it. I don't feel like he needs it. He's taking advantage of us here, I feel. But he does look decent. Maybe we can hang on to him for now. But that is it for the opening episode. We will be back for the first day of the season. The first live com of FM24. And hopefully our first victory of FM24. I've been Paul, also known as the Northman. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you next time.